Hello and welcome back, guys. It's me again. Oh, hey, Duncan. How are you doing today, buddy? Last time, we toured Hashtag Inc. from the very top up there to the very bottom, the ground level entrance. So in today's episode, we're going to be continuing the world tour with part 2 of however many parts they're going to be in this series. And in this episode, we're going to be going down there in a little bit, but not quite yet. We're going to be getting to the major areas on the outside of the building first. But first, I'm going to give you a 360 of the building up here, like the uppermost portion of the building. Yeah, very nice looking, right? You got epic views in this whole area. Now, first off, I'd like to point out that this staircase is very uneven and therefore very unsafe. Do not try to build anything like you see here in survival. Most of these will go horribly wrong, as you'll see soon. But first, we have the graveyard, and another part of the sad story of the 6th employee of this company, Squidda. First, we have the original Pig's gravestone here. This graveyard was actually a part of the original building, but this path actually wasn't. This was just in case anyone happened to die in my world, I could build a little gravestone to them here. And this is in case one of the members of the original 4 happened to become deceased at any point, so yeah. Pigga was a minor death. I attempted to bring him down to become an employee on the inside of the company, where Pigga 2.0 sits now, but sadly he passed away when I attempted to push him into the building. And here we have Squidda. If you remember, you would see the column of water inside of the previous part, and this is his gravestone that I made for him after his death. We have item frames with squid spawn eggs, because he actually was an employee of the company at the time of his death, unlike Pigga. It was extremely unfortunate, and we still mourn his loss to this very day. We hope that that will not happen again anytime soon. Which it hasn't, and we're very fortunate and thankful for that. Also, in case you're wondering, we have some Christmas decorations here in the form of, what's supposed to be snowmen. And also, you see those little fences with the alternating torches and redstone torches? Those are supposed to be Christmas lights. A very fine idea by myself, actually. It's too bad they don't make different colored torches outside of mods. That would actually be very useful if anyone was planning on doing a Christmas build. Now, I'm not going to head down these stairs here just yet, and you can see why this part of the stairwell is fairly unsafe. Yeah. But regardless, we have one other area to go and see before we can, head down the stairs. So here we're coming to a raised portion of the stairwell. The reason why these glowstone, whatever these things are called, these supports are in play is so this way this part of the stairwell doesn't fall over, because if I show you a 360, it's not really supported by anything. But that says to not ruin the views for other people, but yeah. And down here, you can see some of the interior of Frosty the Second's apartment, which we did actually get to see in the previous video, so if you haven't seen that yet, go and check it out. And also, we have a better view of some of the other buildings here, a way better view, as a matter of fact. There's the villagers spawner right there. Over here, we have the apartments. Down there, we have the underwater safe room. Over there, we have the clock tower. Then we have the farm, a train station entrance, the rocket ship, which looks a lot like a carrot. and the planet over there. There's just so much stuff to go through, but so little time to go through it all. So, we're not going to be going down there just yet. We are actually going to be going up here first. So over here we have a little raised walkway here to the island. The floating island. You may have seen this area in the previous video. Well, now we're finally here, actually touring it, and the first stop on our tour is actually this magical tree over here. I keep forgetting to take down the Halloween decorations, but that doesn't matter. This tree over here actually looks a lot like a regular tree that you would find. It looks a lot like this tree, as a matter of fact. I did actually use this tree for inspiration for the design here. And it actually looks pretty nice. And you come on the inside here, and we have the lapis tree, or the magical tree, which serves as the enchanting room, the second of 2 enchanting rooms inside of the main base. But technically this isn't inside of the main base. This is a separate area entirely. This is actually where I enchanted to get my enchanted diamond armor, in case you're wondering. There's only 1 or 2 more enchanting rooms throughout this entire world, so I really hope that that's enough for people to enchant things. Now, before we get to the secret that's hidden on this island, you may have already seen it, we're going to head to this bedrock survival shelter here. If you guys don't know, bedrock is unbreakable inside of Minecraft. So I made this little survivor shelter here. We have beds, we have a brewing stand, we have a cauldron, we have chests, crafting table, more chests, and an extra bed in case anyone ever decides to come over. It's a little bit like a tree house, in case you're wondering. Although, you may take a little bit of fall damage trying to get out of there early in the morning. And you can see an epic view of the icy wastes from here. Now, there's one final area on this island, but it's supposed to be a secret. So hopefully you guys don't tell anyone. You see, there's a little parting in the trees over there. If you go off the path, and you see this hole, go down the vines, you'll be inside of an abandoned temple. Now, you see there's pressure plates. They are linked to these dispensers, which has splash potions of harming. And I'm not lying here. Those are actually in each and every one of these dispensers. So yeah, there is no chance that someone can get over here in survival. But if they can, they will find a massive reward. I'm not so sure if you guys can see that, but that is an entire double chest filled with blocks of diamond. Yeah, can you guys see that? I can. I'm not so sure if you can, but those are blocks of diamonds, people. And lots of them. Now, if you're wondering, this is actually the first little bit of redstone that I did in this world. So if we come through here, you can actually see the interior of the Forbidden Island, where we have redstone that I tried to do, so this way it sets both of them off simultaneously. I was going to do the other two the exact same way, but I figured it would take way too long to do that, and it would interfere with other projects. I might someday eventually go back and do this one, but not this one, not that one whatsoever. I also put these torches on the inside of the island, so this way mobs wouldn't spawn. Maybe someday, at some point, I'll go back to this island, and yeah, someday at some point I will go back to this island, and I will make an underground portion, because that's what I've wanted to do for a long time now, but I've never really gotten around to doing it. And night has fallen on the world once again, guys. I know we ended the previous video at sunrise, but, yeah, a little recording secret for you guys. You don't let it autosave while you're doing videos. So this is why most of my Minecraft videos are recorded in parts. So that said, we're not going to be going down there in this video. And I do mean that literally. We are not going to be going down there inside of this video. You can see it inside of the next video if you so choose. But regardless, we are heading down here, and that we're going to be getting to a long way later from now. That's going to be part of the other biomes tours, but regardless. So, before I built this entire area here, none of this stairs existed. It was just solid coastline. So you may be wondering, was this area also here? No, it wasn't. Like, back in the day, this here was the only building here. It was in case an experiment went wrong inside of up there, which there is a very supreme view of tonight. You can see it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I could just stare and look at that view for hours. But regardless, we have to head down here to continue the tour. So in case an experiment ever goes wrong, you would head down here inside of this bedrock-coated shelter with glowstone lining, and you would come down here inside of this room here, and it's an underwater survival shelter. In case you don't know the sign trick, it is very, very useful if you wish to build anything of any kind underwater. It's actually kind of nice. We also have an iron golem over here, or what's intended to be an iron golem anyways, to protect you from any mobs that may fall through. Funny story actually, one time I did actually have a squid fall through and into this room. So, yeah. Anywho, we have a gorgeous looking poster bed. We have a chest at the end, and we have the 4 beds here, and we have what's supposed to be a day and night representation on the top. It looks amazing. Through here we have a submarine. This door is also not a part of the original, but I may as well show you it anyways. I'm joking, we're not going to go there just yet. Yeah, we might not be going to the submarine for some time. I'm just going to fly to make things easier because in the last video it took way too long. Way too long. Regardless, here we have the border between the ocean biome and the regular biome. This clock tower right here is intended to serve as a border crossing area. So I may as well show you the clock tower in this video, but I'm not really going to show you too much else in this area as of yet. Here we have a massive, it's the most massive chandelier inside of my entire world. And here we have a little receptionist desk where they would sit, and this is where they would put your belongings and stuff. You know, the stuff that you couldn't take with you. And this ladder up here leads to the scaffolding for the chandelier right there. And we also have some lamps to keep this upper area lit, so this way no mobs spawn inside. I was going to have a chandelier hanging from the ceiling at some point, but I figured it would be kind of cliche. And yes, this is a very expensive clock hand right here. We have diamond blocks serving as a clock hand and a gold block serving as the middle, and it's replicated all the way around. Unfortunately, the clock can't actually tell time because I am not good with redstone whatsoever. I'll leave that up to other YouTubers like SethBling and all those famous redstone guys. So I guess we're heading down here. I mean, this is practically all I've built inside of the ocean. So this is ladder B, and this is ladder A. And up here we have practically what's known as the end of a line. I was intending on building more beyond this point, and if you look over there you can see the desert. We're not going to be seeing that again for quite a while. Regardless, I figure we may as well tour what's down here. So we're going to be heading down ladder B. And here we have a bedroom, not as luxurious as one might expect, but we do have a massive TV with actual speakers, and we have a bed with, well, it actually looks like it's on level with the rest of the room, and we have tons of bookcases too, in case you need to read or something, but that's not what we're here to see. Go through these two doors here, and this set of doors here, and here's the ladder that meets up with the ladder A portion, and we have lots of furnaces and glowstone ceilings, but you're probably wondering, what's in the middle of the room? Can you see that? That literally goes all the way down to bedrock. Well, one level above bedrock, but regardless, like, it's literally one level above bedrock. I think I'm going to have to make a separate video just to tour this entire portion, because this is literally so massive that I don't have time to tour it inside of this part. So in case you guys do want to see that, just let me know in the comments section below, and I'll show you it eventually. So here we are. We are looping back round. Here is the villager spawner. There's lots of doors here. As soon as the game is updated a little bit, villagers will spawn inside of this place. And there's different levels with different doors. And there is glass, but you can break these in case you want to trade. And up here, it offers a pretty decent view of everything else in this general vicinity. It's actually kind of nice. And we actually do have a hot tub in here with a nice looking glowstone ceiling. I actually went with kind of a Japanese theme for the outside, if you will. Well, it looks like I'm not so sure if it's Japanese or Chinese, but it's supposed to look like some sort of pagoda. I didn't do a really good job with this one, but I did do a good job with one in one of my other worlds. But that's if I ever get around to touring one of the other ones. So I'm going to open this door here, and here we are inside of the apartment. Inside of the apartment building. So this lobby has a little TV here and a little bench you can sit on. Well, you can't really sit on it. I mean, I guess you could sit on it if you wanted to, but really it would look kind of awkward not being able to sit there. Here we have a view of an epic sunrise, or rather a moonset, whatever. And here we have apartment 101. Yeah, the submarine staircase, the submarine ladder is basically underneath this bookcase, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So this is your standard issue living room, and here's your standard issue kitchen with the ranch oven, and here's your standard issue bedroom. It's practically the same upstairs, except for a few minor decor changes. However, over here is what I like to call the Sunset Cafe, because you can literally eat your food here, and you have an epic view of the sunset. If we're still in the building by the time it gets to sunset, I will come over here and show you some epic sunset views. It really does look amazing. But it has to be seen to be relieved. Or believed, rather. Now we're heading up here to the second level. Not a very safe stairwell, in case you're wondering, because you can just drop down there, but yeah, that's what I get for making the staircase 2 blocks wide instead of 3 blocks, but it just looks better with 2 blocks. Here we have a little art gallery over here, since there's no cafe up here. I mean, I could have done an additional level, and that would have provided nicer sunset views, now that I look back on it. But then again, I didn't really want to do that at the time. So now you open this door here, you're in apartment 201. And, yeah, you can spot the decor changes. We have a different TV, we have a different wood type for the potted plant here. And at the back end, we have a different painting here over the bed. So there is quite a few decor changes in this one. And finally, we have the cinema room. It's good for when it gets dark, because you can just come here and watch some TV. And the reason why it has a flat roof with snow all over it instead of an actual roof is because I've been thinking about adding more levels onto this place ever since the last time that I did something here. But regardless, I haven't done anything since then, so that's a good sign thus far. How are we doing for time? We are already at the same time as the previous video, and I haven't even showed you the submarine yet. So I may as well take the liberty and show you the submarine right now. Just give me a minute to grab a bookcase. We're going to go down here. I'm going to put the bookcase up there, and we're going to go down here, down this giant glowstone column. And this is a little tricky getting to the very bottom here. And it's also tricky getting out, because you have to go up these two ladders here, and then you have to go up that ladder. And you also have to have a bookcase on you, so you can replace that one. But regardless, here is the control center for the submarine. It's a little bit lodged in the ocean at the moment. But regardless, this is basically your control room. You would just go in here and control the ship, and I'm getting nauseous from being underwater already. Or maybe it's just coming back to me how I actually built this place. This is my bed, in case you're wondering, right here. And the rest of the beds is basically where the crew sleeps. And there's a double chest for each person. Basically, I designated that the bottom of the chest is for the person on the right, and the top of the chest is for the person on the left. Bottom is for this person, top is for this person, and then this whole chest is for this person here. So storage works out, except for the person towards the front, but, you know, you expect them to have full inventory, the upper four people. Through here we have a little, oh yeah, in case you're wondering, I have a little superhero identity, the Diamond Torpedo. And we have furnaces here for cooking stuff, and we have crafting tables here for crafting stuff, you know, in case you really need to while you're on board the sub. Here we have a massive potion-making room, along with an enchanting table, but it's not as good as you think it is. And back through here, we have the door that you saw earlier. I guess I'll take that shortcut to get to the surface, and then I'll outro the video. And it's still midday, which means I can't show you the epic sunset views. That's a real shame. Regardless, I'll give you a little sneak preview for what we're going to be looking at when we return with this world tour. In the next episode, unless I decide that we're going to be touring that massive thing down there, in the next episode, we're going to be touring that planet, that rocket. We're not going to be going down to the train station because that is a long and separate area on its own. And I guess we'll get to some of the other more immediate buildings over here as well. So, yeah. Stay tuned, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!